one person that believe in the entire country. We have them in the East who believe in the North, who believe in the Southwest, who believe in the South-South, who believe in the Southeast. So we should be able to find these people. We should be able to make sure that we have such people to lead this country so that every part of this country can be more comfortable. They can feel that, look, it's not that I can be anything, but I cannot lead this country because of where I'm from. So as a Yoruba man, I'm saying that if it is zoned to the South, both the Southwest and South-South, who have their own share of this thing, should, for God's sake, encourage their fellow Igbo man, fellow Southerner, to have a shot at the presidency come 2023. And again, if I have to say, while looking at this, we should also make sure that whosoever, because the problem of this country, actually, we should just look at it, because we have to ask ourselves, so what do this country really need? And what are we lacking? And the first thing we are lacking is unity. This has evaded us, and that's why you are seeing the Southwest, Dudua want to have their own nation, the Southeast want to have their nation, because, you know, we don't have unity, we don't trust ourselves. You know, some people even right now don't even believe in the country. So this is the more reason why the first thing we need to do is to get somebody who can bridge between all this region. And we have them in Southeast. We have people who can be able, who the North can trust, who the South can trust, who Yoruba man where I come from, who we can trust, who we believe that will take care of everybody. And that's number one. Number two, we also have to look out for someone who has history of caring for people, who have history of charity, because what you don't have, you cannot give. And besides, we also need, as a matter of urgency, going forward, that whosoever we have to look for has to be someone who can create wealth out of nothing. As you are aware right now, the money we are generating, either from crude or from gas, can no longer take us. That's why Naira is falling every day. Can no longer take us. We need to have leadership that can create something out of nothing, that will not rely majorly on these resources, on this federal allocation every month. So this is very, very important going forward. Otherwise, after every election, we'll continue to blame every president that comes to power, just like we have been doing. And this is one of the reasons why, in my own take, I think these three criteria should be something that we all should look at. I have done it, and I've narrowed down a couple of people who I think could really do it. You know, and that's why I think every Nigerian should look at this critically and, make sure that whosoever we are going to pick come 2023, it's someone who has the fear of God, who has the capacity to unite Nigeria. It's not just about saying it, but who has demonstrated it from his or her own actions, maybe by what he has done in the North, right, what he has done in the South, how he has been able to empower these people. Right. So who might those people be? I think we should. Who are those people? Well, we have them. I mean, for example. Yeah, well, for me personally, I mean, if you look at the North, someone like Dangote will meet that if we have to talk of the country as a whole. In the North, we have somebody like Dangote who created something from nothing, and in the Southeast, we also have someone like Rochas Okorocha also, who created something from nothing. I mean, before even he became a governor, he has created it. Dangote has created it even without getting involved in government. So we need people like this who can create something out of nothing, who also have the pedigree of touching the lives of people from all these regions. It's not about propaganda. It's not about, anger. It's not about... Okay, let me give you an example so that you understand what I'm saying. Since 1999, when we got involved in this Fourth Republic, check out all those who have led this country, and that will tell you where we are. Former President Olusegun was a military man. He was never a businessman. He cannot, before he became the president, he cannot even run a company to employ even 30 people. With due respect to him, he has all the capacity in the security sector. He's an intelligent father. He's a wonderful man. He's a loving father. But business-wise, They don't have it. When he left, we hand over to Yaradua, who is also a teacher, a lecturer, who doesn't have anything that has to do with business. Now, when he also left him, he went also to another lecturer, President Jonathan, from South, who doesn't even have any history of how to run a business. If you don't know how to run a business, how will you be able to run a country? So, the same thing, he left him, and he also went back to our father, President Muhammadu Buhari, who is also a military man who is not even into business. Let me draw this line. Look at Dubai, let me just say, United Arab Emirates. Dubai do not have anything. But do you know what they have? They put people with business sense. I will just use that word that way. People who can create wealth from nothing. And this is why you see everybody goes to Dubai today. Not because what do they have? We have what we have. They don't even have 5% of what we have. But they were able to bring leadership that can create wealth from nothing. Like I mentioned to you earlier, for us to develop this country, we need to get people who can be able to think out of the box, who will not rely basically on our gas, on our crude oil, who can create something. Now, you can see we have 36 state and federal capital territory. Any of the governors can create Dubai if they desire to do so. At least they can start the process to do so. Okay. Any of them can even give free education if they desire to do so. So we just need to get people who have this thing in their heart. Yes.
Okay. Can I ask you a question, and if you could answer honestly to me? Do you think that with the performance of your party, the APC, they can win re-election in 2023?
Well, let me tell you, it's not just about the performance of APC right now. It has to do with the performance of every government all over the world, including the United States, Canada, all over the world, because of the COVID. The COVID has been able to put sand in our jollof rice, if I may use that word. This is the problem. This is why the problem we are facing is not just peculiar to Nigeria, it's peculiar to all over the world. But the problem is that, going forward, I believe that President Muhammadu Buhari has really done what he has to do based on the circumstances he found himself. And of course, other leaders, other presidents have also done their own based on the circumstances they found themselves. But what I'm saying is that if our party, APC, is able, number one, zone this thing to the southeast, that I think will bring stability into the country. Because number one, I do not want us to take it for granted that we have not divided, that we have not gone to war, that want to take it for granted. Other countries, Somalia, the rest of them that went into war, it started in a small way, and the political elite took it for granted. I said, no, it cannot happen. No, nothing can happen. And before they know what is happening, it goes beyond what they can undo. I do not want my own country to be like that. I'm a prince. I'm a prince from a village called Ayeka in Ondo State. Hopefully, I'm going to be crowned a king in my community. And I don't want to see my people in my community running out of this country because of one problem or the other. And this is the reason why I'm saying that what we need to do as a party, APC, is for us to look for that kind of candidate that can appeal to the masses, a kind of a candidate who has helped in the area of education, who have also helped the masses in the area of empowerment, who also have, let me just use the word, who have history of charity. So if we are able to look at it that way, and we're able to get it from the southeast, and the person can appeal to the north and also appeal to the south, I believe that we will skate through in the next presidential election. It's just a matter of choice, if we make the right choice.
Prince, sadly enough, you've not still answered my question.
Yes.
I asked the question, I said, with the performance on ground, do you think that can help win 2023 for APC? Not the things you should do, the performance on ground. So I'm saying critique your performance on ground. Okay, well, if you talk about our performance, you cannot talk about the performance
alone without looking at what do we want, what does the country want. Even if you have a good performance, and you don't have a way forward, you are going to have a problem. The last election before President Muhammadu Buhari came to power in 2015, why do people move from PDP to APC? Is it that PDP wasn't doing well? Is it that Jonathan was not that good, or everything was bad? No, it's not totally so. We have had this history of issues with the economy for a very long time. So 2023 may not be based primarily on performances alone. It will be based on who are we bringing forward. What is the antecedent of that person? This is what I think we should look at. Because if we look at basically because of the performance, I can tell you, just like everybody has always complained about every president we've ever had in this country.